Guys, welcome back to another Architect React, and we're looking at an exciting world of Watchdog. Watchdog is a game that is concept around a hyper-connected city that is operating off of one central operating system. In the game, you have a protagonist that's known as the hacker, and he's able to manipulate the city's infrastructure, security system like turning on and off light, hacking the transportation, and even building environment. So one of the things that actually stood out to me was there were no such thing as something that was out of the ordinary, something that was supernatural happening in the game at all. It is all about this one protagonist that is the hacker that is able to now manipulate a wide range of systems to be able to accomplish the task that he has at hand. Now, regardless of whether our guy is a criminal or he's a mastermind and he's our hero, this got me thinking about what is architecture becoming in the next light. We already have such things as smart homes. We already have Wi-Fi connected home. We already have integration in technology when it comes to at a building level. We're able to manipulate curtains. We're able to manipulate lights. We're able to manipulate the environment even. We have PA systems. We have microchip employees that can be detected by motion detection. At first glance, this is all of ease and comfort. This is all increasing our reliance on technology. This is all making us more and more dependent and more technologically vulnerable to any type of a cyber attack. Imagine if a person can access your home just simply by hacking a smart lock. It's all equivalent to what happened when our whole wallet went digital. We needed wallets that had to adjust to RFIDs. We needed all of these various different type of technology just to protect our credit cards. And those credit cards evolved into chips. Then those chips evolved into pretty much people integrating them into their hands, eventually getting them contactless. So all of these various steps had to be put into play because people were simply picking up our cards, picking up the numbers. So how are we making our lives vulnerable the more and more we get connected at the urban level, the more and more we get interconnected into the city's grid? Eventually, I feel like this is our future because the more access I have to manipulating my work environment, and that work environment then eventually me, before I get home, my house is already set at a specific temperature. I already have people being accounted for. This person, for example, one time in the game is able to understand how many people are in the building just based on their phone, which is not highly unlikely. We're able to detect the number of phones even to this day. But in this case, we're already using microchips to identify how many people there are in the room. We have a school currently researching how students' attendance can be taken just by his presence in that room. And that's all because of ID badges, all because of places where that student might be. The bus itself can know this person stepped on at that time and he was let go at that stop at this exact moment. So if a child goes missing within that circuit, we instantly know, oh, this is the last time he was registered to the system. So all of these systems will eventually become centralized. But my question is, at what point this system is able to be taken down or this system allows us to become vulnerable? Again, architecture advancements in the middle of the 2010-2015 era were centered around post-occupancy studies, energy consumption studies, building efficiencies. It was never catered to amenities, right? We've gotten to a point where our cities are becoming more and more interlinked to a point we can pick anything up from a security camera. We already have traffic lights that detect whether there is a person waiting on that light or not. We have facial recognitions on cameras that can detect a person that have crossed a street light 3-4 lights ago or even few hours ago, and we're able to do that. We already have this type of technology that tracks criminals, top 100 or top 10 wanted, and is able to ID them very quickly. A person who's right now is pretty much who's charged with a criminal record decides to run off to an airport and says, hey, I'm going to go ahead and hitch a ride and end up in LA or go to an international flight, you can't simply just get up and do that. you know for just common sense that you're going to set off enough red flags that you're not going to be able to make it. Now, that level of interconnectedness, when it comes to our society, is great for security circumstances. But at one point, it will eventually merge to a point where we will start creating another level of security issues. We'll start creating another level of identity issues. We now have technological presence when it comes to online. So this was a fascinating topic to me to start thinking, like, what if the future of the city is headed in this way? Because right now we have an independent Nest system. We have an independent system that is like Vivint technology or Vivint security or ADT. But the more I look at it, markets like Ring and those type of cameras that are interlinked together rule because of the fact that you have community support. We're able to access other people's network to be able to have a higher sense of security. But that same thing is leading us to a higher sense of vulnerability. Again, if you enjoy topics like this, please keep sending me all the videos that you can. And again, until next time. Follow for more content.